So it's now the 26th of July, morning after, well now afternoon after the race yesterday. Managed to do it in 11 hours 20 minutes, which was a whole lot longer than I was anticipating, primarily down to the bike ride. The bike ride took me about 8 and a bit hours. It was just absolutely horrendous in terms of the incline on the hills. 3 hills. First hill was an hour and a half just going straight up around the mountains, so constant climb. That was 15-kilometer climb. Second mountain was a 20-kilometer slower incline, which took me an hour and 45, and then to finish off the last part of it is a 3 hour. It took me 3 hours to climb 12 kilometers, which was Alp D'Huez, and I was averaging 4 kilometers, so I was just literally grinding away. A large proportion of people actually stop at various points on the mountain because they can't complete it. I managed to push through, just keep grinding away. Had a couple of stops to fill up my water. Lance Armstrong did the Alp D'Huez in 37 minutes, set a record. Henry Barratt did it in 3 hours, so I've got quite a long way to go. Swim was interesting in a beautiful lake. That took me 58 minutes, hoping for 50 minutes. The first 20 minutes were pretty bad due to the altitude mainly. I was really struggling with my breathing to get 3 strokes and then breathing left and right. So it took me a while to work out that I could actually carry on in a better way by just breathing on one side and just turning the arms over for 10 and then changing sides, breathing the other side, turning the arms over for 10, and just getting into a routine because I was quite panicked. There was lots of people around. You get a few strokes in and then you bump into somebody and you have to come up for air. So I was seriously concerned at one point that I wasn't actually going to get through the swim and get out before the cut-off point of an hour and a half minutes. But when it all started to level out a bit more space, I calmed down a bit and got into a routine. It went okay. Legs felt unbelievably heavy after the swim when you run out all over the shop, and yeah, bike, as I said, was really tough. That's down to the longest ride I'd actually done was 70 kilometers in the build-up to it, and nowhere near enough hills. So I was kind of aware that I wasn't going to be as prepared for the length of it and the incline on the hills, but it was just took it to another level. I can't describe how steep it was. And when you get up to the top of the mountain and you look down, you're just so high up. You're up at 1,800 meters, and it's a hell of an achievement to see what you've just climbed. So if you imagine going skiing and then you get the long windy bus up to the top of the mountain, that's what we were doing 3 times over. I was really tight for time because of the bike ride took so long, so it wasn't a case of being able to cruise the run at the end. I actually had to hit, it was 3 laps of 7k for the half marathon, so I had to hit about 40 to 45 minute laps each time, which was really tough because I was very fatigued, and it was more about mental strength and trying to avoid cramps. I was taking on a little bit of coke as I was going round, and yeah, that was really tough. Toughest thing I've done since rugby for a good few years, so I haven't been in those sort of dark places mentally and physically for a while. So yeah, it was good to have done. And I'm now at Lyon Airport, and the journey has come to an end, and I'm catching my flight back to London. Just updated all my clients, and so I think they're pretty pleased. And I will got a few videos and photos, etc. So I'll get them all uploaded. But it's been a great journey, and pleased to have finished it. Got my finisher's T-shirt, which is the most important part, and see what the next challenge holds. It may be an Ironman next year. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Cheers. Bye.